1 says an office space in New York City measures 48 feet by 56 feet. It sells $565 per square foot. What is the total cost of the office space? So this word per could mean multiplication or division. Depending on where it comes in the story, math problem, it could mean multiplication or division. But in this case, because we have per here, it's going to be multiply. So it's per square foot. What you have to realize is square foot is talking about the area of the apartment. Or the office space, sorry. So we have to find the area. Hopefully you remember from last year, area is length times width. So before we can figure out the cost, we first have to figure out the square footage. So we have to multiply 48 by 15 first. I'm going to do this on scratch paper because I don't have enough room. Doing it on scratch paper, you need to label your scratch paper, Lesson 9 problem set. And number 1, the first thing we're going to do is 48 times 56. So 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 4 more is 28. We're done with our ones place, so we're going to put a 0 and move over to our tens digit. 5 times 8 is 40, so we're going to put a 0 and carry a 4. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 more is 24. We're going to add our partial products, so that's 8, 8, 6, and 2. Now this is square feet. Oops, not cubed, squared. The question didn't ask what's the square foot of the apartment, or the square feet, and it costs $565 per square foot. We're going to multiply, again, 2,688 times 565. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 more is 44. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 4 more is 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 more is 13. We're done with our ones place, so we're going to put a 0 as a placeholder to move to our tens place. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 4 more is 52. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 5 more is 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 more is 16. We're done with our tens digit, so we're going to put 2 zeros to move to our hundreds place. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 more is 44. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 4 more is 34. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 more is 13. And I kind of went on to my other spot there. We're going to add our partial products. 0, 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So, an office space in New York costs $1,518,720. And that's probably pretty accurate. Gemma and Lee are both jewelry makers. Gemma made 106 beaded necklaces. Leah made 39 more necklaces than Gemma. More means add. Each necklace they make has exactly 104 beads on it. How many beads did both girls use all together, add, while making their necklace? So first, we have to know how many necklaces they made. We know that Gemma made 106, but Leah made 39 more. So our first step for number 2 is to take Gemma's 106 and add 39 more to it. 9 plus 6 is 15, 3, 4, and 1. So Leah made 145 necklaces. Now it says each necklace, I'm going to have to do some multiplying there, had 104 beads on it. And they want to know how many beads they had all together. So I don't want to just know how many beads were on Leah's necklace. I want to know how many were on Leah's and Gemma's. Alright, so Leah made 145 necklaces. Gemma made 106 necklaces. So if I add their necklaces together, 6 plus 5 is 11, that's 5, 251 necklaces. That's how many they made together. Now I need to multiply that by the beads. So each necklace had 104 beads on it. So we're going to take their necklaces, 251, and multiply it by 104. 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. We're done with our ones place. We put a 0 to move to our tens digit. 0 times 1 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0. We're done with our tens place. We put 2 placeholders to move to our hundreds place. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2. We add our partial products. 4, 0, 1, 6, 2. 26,104 beads. We're going to circle our answer. And that was 2A, so I'm going to put a 2A by that problem. Now, when we go to 2B, 2B says, at a recent craft fair, Gemma sold each of her necklaces for $14. Leah sold each of her necklaces for $10 more. Who made more money at the craft fair? How much more? How much more means subtract. We got some more keywords. Each here means multiply. Each here means multiply. Sweet. Ooh, $10 more. That means add. Alright, so 2B. First, it says Gemma sold each of her necklaces for $14. Well, using information from the first story, Gemma had 106 necklaces. So if she had 106 necklaces, and she sold them for $14 each, we're going to multiply 106 times 14. 106 times 14. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 more is 2. 4 times 1 is 4. We scoot over to our tens digit, so we put down a placeholder. 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 1 is 1. We add our partial products. 4, 8, 4, 1. So Gemma made $1,484. We're going to put a G by that for Gemma, because that's not all we have to do on this problem. All right, Leah sold her necklaces for $10 more. So if Gemma sold hers for $14, Leah sold hers for $10 more, that would be $24 that Leah sold her necklaces for. Each of her necklaces was $10. Leah's necklaces was $10 more. So each of Leah's necklaces was $24. If we go back to our previous problem, because up here it didn't tell us how many necklaces Leah made, but here when we worked out 2A, we learned that Leah made 145 necklaces. So she sold all 145 necklaces for $24 each. I'm going to take her 145 necklaces and multiply it by $24. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 more is 18. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. We're done with our ones digit, so we scoot over to our tens digit, and we have to make sure that we put a 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. And 2 times 1 is 2. We add our partial products. That's 0, 8, 14, and 3. So this was Leah's total. Leah made $3,480. So if we go back to our question, 2B, who made more money? How much more? So let's look. Who made more money? Leah made more money. So you need to write that in a sentence, Leah made more money. The second part of that says, how much more? Since we already identified the keywords how much more means to subtract, we are going to subtract Leah and Gemma's money. So 3,480 was Leah's, 1,484 was Gemma's, and we're going to subtract those. We cannot subtract 0, take away 4, so we're going to regroup. The 8 becomes a 7, the 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. We can't subtract 7, take away 8, so we're going to regroup again. The 4 becomes a 3, the 7 becomes a 17. 17 take away 8 is 9. We can't subtract 3, take away 4, so we're going to regroup again. The 3 becomes a 2, and this 3 becomes a 13. 13 take away 4 is 9, and 2 take away 1 is 1. So Leah made more money. She made $1,996 more. You need to write sentences to tell me the answer. Moving on to number 3. Hen bought 26 treadmills for her new fitness center at $1,344 each. There's that keyword each, that means multiply. Then she bought 19 stationary bikes at $749 each. There's that keyword, that means multiply. How much did she spend on her new equipment? Write an expression, then solve. That's what we've been doing when we write our problem and then we solve it. That's all that means. So this is a 3-step problem. First, we're going to have to figure out how much she spent on treadmills, then figure out how much she spent on her bikes, and then we're going to add those together to figure out how much she spent on all of her new equipment. So let's take her treadmills first. So this is number 3. Each treadmill was $1,334, and she bought 26 of them. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 more is 20. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 more is 20. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. We're done with our ones place. We scoot over to our tens digits, so we have to remember our placeholder. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. We add our partial products. That's 4, 8, 6, 14, and 3. Now we're going to put a TM next to this for treadmills. That's just how much money she spent on her treadmills. Now we have to figure out her bikes. So her bikes were $749, and she bought 19 of those. 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 8 more, 44. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 4 more is 67. We're done with our ones place, so we scoot over to our tens digit. We put a 0. 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 7 is 7. We add our partial products. That's 1, 13, 11, 12, and 14. So this is her bikes. So now that we have her treadmills and her bikes, and we want to know how much she spent on all of her equipment, we will add 34,684 and 14,231. That's 5, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, and 4. So in total, she spent $48,915. Didn't realize y'all couldn't see any of that. In total, she spent $48,915 on all of her equipment. Make sure that you circle your final answer. Now we're going to do number 4. A Hudson Valley farmer has 26 employees. He pays each employee $410 per week. Remember, per could mean multiplication or division. In this instance, it means multiplication. After paying his workers for 1 week, the farmer has $162 left in his bank account. How much money did he have to begin with? We did a problem like this, I think, on lesson 8. First, we're going to figure out how much he spent paying his employees. Then we're going to add what he had left afterwards to that, and we'll see what he had to begin with. So first, we want to multiply 411 times 26. So number 4, 411 times 26. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 1 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. We're done with our ones digit, so we scoot over to our tens digit. We put a 0 as our placeholder. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8. We add our partial products. That's 6, 8, 6, 10. So this is what he spent on paying his employees, but he had $162 left after this, so we're going to add $162 to this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6, 7, 8, 0, 1. So he had a total of $10,848 to begin with. All right, number 5. Francis is sewing a border around 2 rectangle tablecloths that each measure 9 feet by 6 feet. Is that a 6 or a 5? Let's see. That's a 6. So they each measure 9 feet by 6 feet wide. It takes her 3 minutes to sew on 1 inch of border. How many minutes will it take her to complete her sewing project? Write an expression, then solve. All right, so number 5. She has 2 rectangular tablecloths. So I'm going to draw a picture for this one. Here's a rectangular tablecloth, and here's a rectangular tablecloth. It says they measure 9 by 6 feet. So this is 9 by 6 feet, and this is 9 by 6 feet. It also says it takes her 3 minutes to sew on a 1 inch border. So a border goes all the way around the tablecloth, all the way around. So she's not just going to put it here and here, she's also going to put it here and here. So how long is this side? 9. How long is this side? 6. So we're actually finding the perimeter first, which is the distance all the way around. So we would want to add 9 plus 6 plus 9 plus 6. So 6 and 6 is 12. 9 and 9 is 18. And if we add 12 and 18, we get 30. So one tablecloth has a border of 30. That means the other tablecloth, which is identical, also has a border of 30. So both tablecloths together, 30 and 30, would be 60. So she's going to have 60 inches of border. It takes her 3 minutes just to sew 1 inch of that border. They want to know how long it's going to take her to do the whole project, so we're going to take our 60 inches of border and multiply it by 3 minutes. So 3 times 0 is 0, and 3 times 6 is 18. 180 minutes to sew all 60 inches of border. All right, number 6 has 2 parts. Each grade level at Hoopersville School has 298 students. If there are 13 grade levels, how many students attend Hooperville schools? So it said that each grade level, that means multiply. So there's 13 grade levels and each grade has 298 students. We're going to multiply 298 by 13. 6A, 298 times 13. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 9 is 27, 28, 29. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. We're done with our ones place, so we're going to move to our tens digit and put a 0 as a placeholder. 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 2 is 2. These are partial products. We're going to add them together. 4, 17, 18, 3. So there are 3,874 students at Hoopersville School. Now we're going to do 6B. A nearby district, Willington, is much larger. They have 12 times as many students. As how many students attend schools in Willington? So times means multiply. We're going to take the number we just got from part A, 3,874, and we're going to multiply that by 12 since they have 12 times as many. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 more is 17, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Make sure I cross those off because I used them. We are done with our ones place. We move to our tens digit. We make sure we put a 0 as a placeholder. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 8 is 8, and 1 times 3 is 3. We add our partial products, so that's 8, 8, 14, 16, and 4. So Willington has 46,488 students. Now, you are going to complete the homework side on your own. When you finish, you can look at the picture answer key. Make sure that you show all of your work.